Kayla Ringo.
And our topic was, why do people have kids and does it make them happy?
We surveyed students on campus and in the ODU community to get their opinions about our topic.
Do you feel like having kids makes people happier?
Yeah,
They do? Why do you think that?
because I mean, some people yearn for having some kind of companionship or something to call their own. So I would say it makes them pretty happy.
Do you think having children makes people happy? Why do you feel that way?
I feel like it gives people some type of purpose.
Some type of purpose? Okay.
I think it probably does make people happy overall. Because, like, I don't know, that's like another life that you're being a part of, and then you get to watch them, like, grow and develop throughout their life. I think, yeah, it brings them, joy.
I just feel like kids bring such like a positive light to a bunch of things, and I feel like having a kid just to always laugh at because they always do stupid things and just be so happy.
Think like having children in the future would make you happier?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why? How can you say that?
Because I am nowhere near even thinking about that in my life right now. Yeah.
What about you, say?
Do I feel like it would make me happier?
Yeah.
Maybe more fulfilled. I don't know, happier.
Okay. So, do you think having children in the future would make you happier?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. Why?
I don't know. I see how it is at my own home. Seems pretty happy there. I do want to have kids of my own, kind of build that foundation for the rest of my life, you know?
Yeah.
But not right now. I'm too young for that. So.
Yeah, of course.
Happier? No, not exactly. I mean, at this point in my life, a child seems like the worst thing that could possibly happen to me. And I don't know, maybe I'll get to a point in my life where I want to have kids, but I don't think it would make me any happier or less happier.
Do you guys feel like having children makes people happier?
Definitely.
Why?
Because I feel like it gives you more responsibility, and just creating life overall just shows you how much power us humans have.
I say yeah and no. I guess it depends on how the child is. I don't know.
Okay.
My mama was happy with me. She hated my sister, so.
Having kids makes people happier?
I think it can, yeah.
Okay, why do you think that?
I think it's both.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Why?
Why do I think that? I think there's joy in life, and there's joy and there's pain. There's also pain.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's wonderful. They bring a lot of happiness and joy to the household.
Do you think having children makes people happy?
I would say the answer to that is no, because people that choose not to have children, I would say, think of themselves as happy. People have dogs as their housemate, choose to be happy. Doesn't take a kid to validate happiness.
Okay, all right, thank
Do
you.
you think having children makes people happy? Why or why not?
I'd say yeah, because it gives people something to, live for.
Yeah.
Keep people, I guess, motivated
Yeah.
to continue because they got to take care of someone else, not just them.
Yeah.
I also want to know, does having children make you happy, and then why or why not?
No.
Okay.
Because I think children are holding you back and, having, like, it starts when in the womb, it, like, we're like parasites because they live through you. They make your body worse.
Okay.
So,
So you think it's like the things that come with having a child is what you're saying?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So I'm not a parent, and I have no intentions of becoming a biological parent. The way that I see it, I'm still too selfish of a person to have children. And I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing to be able to admit that or recognize that in myself. I have plenty of friends that are parents, and I hear stories about moms experiencing postpartum depression and body dysmorphia and, losing sleep and having their bodies change in ways that they didn't expect. And I don't think that that would be good for my mental health. I don't even want to risk it. Not only that, but I hear all these stories about like the crazy things that kids do, and I'm like, that's not it. That's not it for me. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm not interested in changing diapers. I'm not interested in having to teach something right from wrong and why we don't color on the walls and why we don't pull our siblings' hair. And like, that is just, it's a lot of work and it requires a lot of personal sacrifice. And if I'm not prepared to give up my time and my space and my life essentially, so that I can raise a kid, because kids aren't, you know, like just 18 years and they're out. Like, this is a lifetime commitment. And I'm not prepared for that. So it's just something that I probably shouldn't do. However, I have considered adoption. And I do think that adopting a kid that is probably like preteens or teenager would be a much better fit for me, because I get to just skip all of the changing diapers and teaching right from wrong and go straight into, this is just a tiny human that needs to develop into an adult. And so, you know, that would be a much better fit for me, because again, you know, one of my biggest fears too is to have a kid with somebody who ends up being a horrible husband or a horrible father, because I've seen that happen too, and I'm just not interested. So birth, no. Adoption, maybe. That might make me happy.
Do you think having kids makes people happy? Why or why not?
It depends on the person. If you have a kid that you didn't plan for, I feel like it can be either the best or worst thing in your life. But if you're having it and planning for it, it's probably the best thing for you.
Do you think having children makes you happy? Why or why not?
I think it makes you happy because I think we were made to have children. So biologically, we're designed for that, and also psychologically designed for it, and socially too, because we're social creatures. And I think there's something within our nature that likes to nurture someone who's younger and bring them up. And yeah, I don't have any kids now, but it's definitely, I feel something inside, like longing, you know, to have that. And I think that it would make me happy, personally.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Having children makes people happy. Why or why not?
I guess I'd say yes, just because, I mean, you gotta, you know, develop them and grow them into, you know, what they want to be. So like, you're supporting them. I guess it like can carry on like in the future. Like, that's how your legacy lives.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, Emma, how old are you?
4.
4. All right. Do you want to be a mommy one day?
Yes.
You do? How many kids do you want to have?
4.
You want to have 4 kids? Do you think being a mommy would make you happy? You do? What would be the best thing about being a mom?
You make a snowman.
You make snowman? What else?
You clean the floor.
You clean the floors. What else?
Go to the park.
So I think being a parent is the most challenging thing that anyone can do, but it's also the greatest honor of my life. I've learned so many things from my kids. I've learned that I can scream like a drill sergeant. I can heal boo-boos with my kisses, and I can put someone to sleep by reading a book out loud, and that is the most amazing thing ever.
It's a love and hate with being a parent. Co-parenting, getting divorced with his mom, not being together, so the differences in households with parenting. Love all the sweet things that he does, even when he's being a butt. It's still cute, you know. It's my kid. So there's the struggles that come with it. Just day in and day out trying to be a better parent, do the right thing, you know, not get so upset, don't lose my temper. Just trying to be as good of a parent as possible and keep my cool and make sure I teach him and show him things and help him learn to handle his emotions properly, to behave correctly, to be nice and genuine, but to know what his own boundaries are and be willing to set them. I'd say it's just a little bit of everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Just got to keep pushing forward and doing what you got to do.
Does being a father make you happy?
It makes me miserable. But I love my children.
Okay.
And sockies, these are about the same size you wear. Then you get a pretty little hat. Good for this time. It's getting cold. A little naughty. Yes. Hit it.
Hit it.
A study from 2017 found that parents in the United States are less happy than parents in other developed nations. Other countries tend to have parental leave for families, which will allow them to spend more time with their children. The average cost of raising a child from birth to 17 years was estimated to be over $233,000. Those who decide not to become parents have money to choose what they would like to do. This shows that non-parents are happier. Studies have shown that parents are exposed to more stressors, which makes them less happy. Children are more time demanding, you may become sleep deprived, and finding a good work-life balance.
Research shows that there is a happiness bump that parents experience right after a baby is born. But that tends to dissipate over the course of a year, Glass says. After that point in time, the level of happiness of parents and non-parents gradually diverge, with non-parents generally growing happier over time. Research has shown that parenthood tends to have a negative impact on marriage due to the restrictions and stresses that come with raising a child. This negative impact can lead to other issues in the marriage and more children in the family, correlated with lower parental satisfaction.
The vast majority of women in the United States still have children, but the most commonly used measure of fertility, the number of births for every 1,000 women of childbearing age, was 60.2 last year, a record low.
Children increase the amount and level of a variety of stressors that parents are exposed. Studies show that having one bad child is enough to not want any more after. A dominant explanation as to why people have kids is for someone to carry out the family legacy as an heir.
More than 3/4 of Americans feel the main reason couples do not have more children is the finances or the economy. There is a lot of pressure on couples to have children, and this has been ingrained in society since the very beginning of time. Their mentality is that they have to have kids just like everyone else and to be just like their parents. It has become an expectation that couples have children and start families. In a 2018 poll from the Morning Consult for the New York Times of nearly 2,000 people ages 20 to 45, 36% of survey respondents who did not want children or were not sure about becoming parents said that they wanted to have more leisure time. 34% said that they haven't found a partner to raise children with, and 31% can't afford childcare.
Early childbearing is associated with higher risks of adrenoleukodystrophy limitations. Adrenoleukodystrophy, ALD, is a rare genetic condition that causes the buildup of very long-chain fatty acids. When the fatty acids accumulate, they destroy the protective myelin sheath around nerve cells, responsible for brain function. At ages 65 to 83, the effects appear stronger among white than black mothers until SES is controlled. Early childbearing is also associated with greater levels of depressive symptomatology. Later childbearing is associated with more depressive symptoms in early life, child proximity and support, and physical health. The U.S. has a maternal mortality rate of 26.4 deaths per 100,000 births, and the number is rising due to medical malpractice, which is yet another risk that comes with childbirth.